Right, over to Jeremy. Go ahead, Jeremy Langdon.
Hi Mo, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How you doing?
Very good, thank you. Just wondering what it's like being back in South Africa and how this bubble in Cape Town compares to previous bubbles you've known recently.
So far, it's been really good. I mean, it was just great to get on a flight with the boys for a while, I guess. Obviously, we had a lot of catching up with everyone, just chatting away and doing what we normally do. And obviously, got here yesterday morning, and the guys have been pretty happy. It's a nice hotel, obviously, and yeah, we're happy to be out here playing.
Some big news this morning, Mo, that England are going back to Pakistan in October next year for the first time in 16 years. It's a short tour, only 4 days and 2 T20s, but it's a historic announcement, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive. Having just been there not so long ago, it was an amazing experience to play the PSL there, and I'm sure Pakistan have gone all out to host that. And yeah, I mean, we can't wait to go there in the future, and I think it's a massive moment for cricket going forward.
Do you think it's only right too that England go back there after what Pakistan did for England last summer by coming over and supporting English cricket in the pandemic?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the teams that came over, West Indies and Pakistan last year, were amazing to have gone through the whole bubble, and obviously after the coronavirus, the pandemic, and all those news that cricket was obviously on the edge, and they helped massively with that. So I think it was probably going to happen anyway, but I think it's right that we go back after such a long time to one for the game itself, but also for Pakistan and the cricket in that country.
Mo, it's also been announced that England are playing 5 Test matches with India next summer. You've not played a Test match in 2020. This is a year you've not played any Test cricket. I mean, where do you see your Test career right now, and how much do you want to play Test cricket again next year?
I think from a personal point, of course, I've not played for a while now, and having spent time with the family as well, and been thinking about my game and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, if the call did come, I'd be quite keen to be on it. But obviously, it depends on how I'm going and form and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, if I've not retired or anything, it was just to probably take a step back from the game, the format of the game, and just see what happens now in the future.
And Mo, can we ask you too what you made of the comments by John Holder and Ishmael Dawood yesterday about institutionalised racism at the ECB and lack of diversity in umpires in the English domestic game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the ECB have done a review on it, and we'll see what comes from that, really. I think looking forward, I'm sure there will be things done about it. And we'll see. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know many people with a similar background who probably want to go into umpiring or ever thought about going into umpiring too much and stuff like that. But these things have been reviewed, and we'll see what comes of it.
But no BAME umpire on the first class list since 1992, and Van Bernholder. I mean, something's got to be done, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure something will be done for sure. I think, like I said, the review's been done, and the ECB are, I guess, improving in all these aspects of the game. And, no one's perfect. And I think going forward, a lot will be done to get all these things right.
Mo, thanks for your time, and good luck in South Africa.
No problem.
Thanks, Jeremy. We'll go to John Norman at TalkSport.
Hey Mo, thanks for speaking to TalkSport. I was just wondering, over the next 12-30 months, there's a lot of cricket to be played. You've got World T20s, Ashes, India series. Where is Moeen Ali's priority as we go into this very, very busy period?
I think my priority is to try and get my game to the level that I know I can get it, first of all, so I can be part of a lot of the cricket that's coming up. I know I haven't got that long left, I guess, in international cricket, probably, obviously depending on fitness and form. But yeah, I'll try my best to do as much as I can to get on to the level now where I want to get. I think I've had enough of a break, I guess, from Test cricket, or just I think I can give my all in the next couple of years to try and be part of this, because there's so much cricket and there's so much, I guess, success to have. There's an opportunity there, I think, to be, one of the greatest sides ever and be part of that. So, and that's something I want to do. And it's such an exciting time moving forward that, I think for me right now is to try and play as much cricket as I can and do the best I can.
Are you as hungry now to succeed in Test cricket as you were when you were coming up through the ranks, when you were as a kid?
No, I think I was hungrier when I was younger, for sure. I mean, when you're just trying to play Test cricket, I think everyone's a lot hungrier then. And I guess probably a year and a half ago, I definitely lost that hunger, or lost a lot of that hunger. And but I think over the last probably 6 months or so, it's definitely, I feel like it's coming back into me, and I want to play Test cricket again and play as much as I can, I guess.
And looking ahead to this series in South Africa, it's a full-strength England side. What's it like? Because during the summer, of course, the limited overs and the Test teams were split. But now all the big guns are back, aren't they? It must be great to be alongside some of your old mates. As you said, it's great to get back on the plane with them.
Exactly. And like you said, like full-strength side, it's very exciting for everyone. The competition for places and all that kind of stuff. Guys work extremely hard and they kind of push you along as well. But like to get on the plane and to see the players are on the plane and the squad together after, I don't think we've had a full strength side since the World Cup, T20 World Cup, which was a while ago. And to have that and the ODI guys on the same flights, it's great. And to be part of that it's amazing. Yeah.
Brilliant. Good luck, Mo. Thank you.
Thanks, John. We'll go with Rory and then Stefan.
Moeen, hi, how you doing?
How you doing, mate? You well?
Good, yeah, thank you. The fixture list that the ECB have put out this morning for next summer at home, it's seeing games going back up and down the country, 9 different venues, not just back and forth between Manchester and Southampton. And there's a ticket ballot. The signs are that we could be seeing some kind of normality. Just wonder after so long in bubbles and playing behind closed doors as a cricketer, how much does that excite you to think you could be back next summer playing it up and down the country in front of fans?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing for us to play in front of the fans, I think, is huge. You realise how much you miss them, when they're not there, and just that extra motivation they give you when you're playing. But yeah, I mean, in terms of going up and down the country and going to all the grounds, it's obviously better than being in a bubble. But like if the fans can come in by next year, it'd be amazing. I mean, we miss the fan. I think players all over the world are missing the fans a lot, and it's something that we look forward to in the future, hopefully.
Cheers, Will.
Stefan.
Hi, Mo. Just to go back to the comments of Ismail Dawood and John Holder, they're the latest in a number of allegations that have been thrown at the English game this year. They've used the term institutionalised racism, so not just focusing on match officials. Is that something that you've experienced in your career?
I can honestly say, hand on heart, like I've never experienced anything like that. I've obviously played at Warwickshire, Worcestershire, and England, and I've never ever felt anything like that. It's always been. I always felt like if you do well, if you score your runs and take your wickets, you play. And I've been playing now for England for 5-6 years now, and I've always felt at home. Always felt like one of the guys and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, not personally, from a personal point, I've never felt anything like that. I've always been somebody who just be myself, and if guys accept it, then it's good. If they don't, then it's their problem, not my problem. So I don't know. Me personally, I've never ever felt anything like that. I'm sure obviously there's other guys who say they have, and things will be and have been done about it. But me personally, no, it's always been good.
Thank you.
John Etheridge and then Paul Newman, and then we'll take two more after that.
I think you were just saying that you've got your hunger back, and fitness permitting, you should be able to play for England maybe for another couple of years. But have you reached the stage in your career now where you're starting to think about what you might do once you stop playing? It doesn't sound as though you're too keen to become an umpire, but I mean, have you thought about the other options, the things you might want to get involved in once you stop playing?
Look, personally, not really. To be honest with you, I haven't really thought too much about it because I still feel I can play for a while. If not England, then in the county game and the T20 stuff and all that kind of stuff. But I would love to stay in the game after either coaching or anything like that. But I've never looked too far ahead, even when I've played for England or when I first came to the side. I've never talked about playing, for, like in 2 years' time, we'll be playing this or that. I've always tried to take it a day at a time, and I still want to try and do that, I think. But yeah, I mean, I guess everybody always thinks about what they want to do after the game at some stage. And for me personally, I'd like to stay in the game as much as I can, and either in coaching or whatever it is at the time. I think you're not guaranteed tomorrow, I guess. And so I try and just take it easy.
Thanks. But from what you're saying, clearly you're keen to continue playing for Worcestershire, maybe T20 franchise cricket, even if you're no longer playing for England.
Yeah, I mean, once I've done for England, I'll definitely still be playing cricket, county cricket, T20s, club cricket for my club side and all that kind of stuff. I'll play for as long as I can, for sure.
Okay, we'll go with Paul, Dean, and then finish with Zahir.
Hi, Mo. We haven't seen too much of you at your best for some time now, not just Test cricket. How much is this a pivotal time in the rest of your England career? How much do you want to sort of see the real Moeen Ali again, which we haven't seen too much of in the last 12 to 18 months?
Frustrating for myself. I think mentally, it's more of a mental thing. You have to be in it a bit more, and like I said, that hunger and stuff has not been there for sure in the last year and a half maybe now. There's been glimpses here and there, but I know deep down that I've not really done that well over a long period of time. So, but to still be in a part of ECB, like the England teams in particular, and the support I get from the coaches, from Asher Giles and everybody, just shows that how things that I do still play a big part in this side, and what I still can do. And it's my job now to really go out and perform. And it's more of a mental thing. Like I need to get into a good mental space, which I feel like I have been working on over the last 4 or 5 months, which has been quite difficult, I guess. And but yeah, I mean, it's about clearing everything out now and almost starting fresh again.
Have you ever had any doubts that you couldn't get back up there again?
No, I never had any doubts like that. I think sometimes it's just being more clear in your own mind. It's not. I never go into the game or go into batting or anything like doubting that I won't do well. I always almost go too far the other way. I think like I'm going to go and still almost. There's the thing with my batting sometimes in particular is I feel like I'm in before I'm actually in, and that's probably been my downfall a lot of the time. But it's just been smarter, I guess. I just need to work hard and almost know that I've not probably got that long left, and there's such an opportunity with the T20 World Cups coming up, the Ashes and the 50 World Cup, and almost have that target and be like, right, I'll give everything I can for the competitions and tournaments, and obviously be successful with it.
Thank you.
Cheers, Paul. Dean, please.
Yeah, hi Mo, good to see you. I guess it was a sort of similar question to Paul, but if I might tweak it then, just listening to you there, targeting the Ashes as one of your, one of your aims. Do you feel as though you've got some unfinished business there, bearing in mind what happened in Australia, but also what happened when Australia came here last year. I can't remember when they were last here.
Yeah. I mean, look, like in Australia last time was very difficult. I actually went in there on the back of being in probably the best form I have been for England at the time. I think it was just after the South African series with a bat and ball, and I went there probably not overconfident, but I went quite confident, and probably didn't. I put the work in, but probably didn't do the planning as much as I probably should have and could have done. So yeah, I feel like I can definitely do much better than I did out there. And then obviously in England, on the back of when we played in Australia, like I think I was bowling quite well in Test cricket. I think in that year took quite a few wickets, and obviously that one game which didn't go to plan was just a bad game, and obviously I haven't played since then. I got dropped after that, which happens and stuff. So yeah, I still feel like I got a lot to give in Test cricket, and there's a lot of things I want to achieve in Test cricket still on a personal note.
And just a sort of similar thought about things that you've learned. You're obviously a key member of the T20 side, and you captain England earlier this summer. But bearing in mind what's happened to you in the Test and the ODI side, and at the World Cup, for example, where you were in the team, and then in the business end were out of the team. Have you kind of learned from that? Is that something that you want to try and make sure you avoid, I guess, with this World Cup coming up, the T20 World Cup coming up, making sure that, I guess, you become indispensable in the side and stay right through to the end?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I guess every player wants to get to a point where when the World Cups come around that you're playing so well that you don't get dropped, and during the World Cup you're playing well and you don't get dropped. Like looking back at that 50-over World Cup, I think I got dropped after the Pakistan game. I got like 3 for 50, and then I got dropped because the ground we played at Cardiff and it was small, and we always most of the time play one spinner and stuff. But I want to get to a point where I'm playing so well that like my batting is well and my bowling is going well, that I don't get dropped no matter what the size of ground and things like that. So and it does have a knock-on effect. Obviously, it's not. But from a personal point, to be honest with you, I'm over these things now. Like, it's time to move forward. Like, I think I dwelled on that for too long, obviously getting dropped from the Ashes and then the World Cup and all that kind of stuff. And you kind of think about it. But over the last probably 4 months now, I've been trying to think about going forward and got over that. And even though I was dropped for them, there were still successful times. I mean, we won the World Cup. Ashes was, obviously, we didn't retain them, but we drew the Ashes and some great games and stuff like that. So I think for me, it's about moving forward now, looking forward and trying to enjoy the next whatever time I have left in playing cricket.
Yeah, okay, enjoy this tournament.
Cheers, Dean. Last question, Zahir.
Hi, Zamo. Zahir here from the Cape Times. Just a very localized question. I mean, a lot of your guys have now been part of the Cape Town Blitz side within that squad. So, I mean, you guys, you know that Newlands fairly well, and the unique atmosphere it generally creates. Having played under, in the bar bubble before with no fans, what's it walking down the tunnel in Newlands and just the mountain and there's nobody else around? What will it feel like?
Yeah, I think it's obviously just the way the times are at the moment, but it's not easy. I know when we played in the PSL, for example, we played in like some huge crowds, and in the last 2 games there was no one watching, and it was very difficult to get for the game. And I think every single player that was playing really struggled. And obviously you do get used to it. However, now it's been 6-7 months now since then. You get used to not playing with any crowd, but it's not the same as having crowds and people spectating and trying to entertain players and your family sat there and things like that. But obviously coming here, Newlands, where it's always been a great crowd, and the noise that you can get here is fantastic as well. It's a shame, but it's just hopefully temporary, and hopefully in the near future, you can start getting crowds in.
And